Hey everybody, this is Travis with Game Show Studio, and we're going to jump into another tutorial. This one is for the British classic catchphrase. The way the show used to work is you'd have the animated word puzzles, visual puzzles to work out. The way my software works, it's a little different. Unfortunately, there is no animation available. They do have to be static JPEG images. Just as a caveat up front, I did not put the ability to do animated puzzles into the software. They are just static. But let's get into the software and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So first things first, the folder is what you're going to see when you download the game. So in the folder, there is one file that has all the game information. Your individual game stacks, I should say. You get two PDFs. One is a control panel operations guide. The other is the rules Bible. This is how the game is actually supposed to be played. And then depending on if you're on PC or Mac, because I do have it separated, these three icons right here are going to be PC compatible. If you see the logo, you're going to be on PC. If you do not, you get the SWF files. Those unfortunately could not change the icon. Those are Mac compatible. So this is everything you get. Let's dive in a little bit and we'll show you what's in the games folder. There is a game 0 and a game test. This is what I was originally using just to kind of test the game. Somebody sent me some puzzles to take a look at. What you'll do when you create your own game file, because the game 0 that I have is not complete, it's not really playable. You can use the puzzles if you want to kind of scatter them out. But as a whole, there's not enough to play a full game of catchphrase. So there are also two PSD files. These are Photoshop files that you can create your own catchphrases. And again, they do have to be static images. So PSDs are viable for Photoshop or anything that can open a PSD file. If you're not able to open a PSD or you want to just create your own without using Photoshop, I have instructions in the operations guide of what needs to happen, the correct dimensions, correct file extension, whatever, to make your own puzzles that do not use the PSD. So if we jump into the game 0, and this is what all of your game stacks are going to look like. So you're going to have two text files, one that says stack, one that says bonus. The stack is going to be used for the front game, and it's going to show you all of the super catchphrases and the regular catchphrases. The bonus is going to be all 25 solutions for the bonus round. The text file is only necessary for the printed solutions. The graphics is where it comes in. Now, all of these graphics are PNG format. They are all 800 by 600, and they are all specifically named. So if it is a super catchphrase, it will be super whatever the number is .png. They will go in order 1, 2, and so on. If it is a regular toss-up catchphrase, it will say toss-up the number .png. So toss-up 0 will be your example catchphrase that you kind of reveal at the beginning, be like, this is how the game is played. No one has to buzz in on it. This is just for the host explanation. For the bonus round, it's going to be bonus and then a letter and be A through Y, depending on where you want it on the board, .png. Now, that is what comes in your folder, that what comes in the game file, and then each game individual stack. So when you create your own game stack, it does have to be named game and then something. That is going to be whatever comes after the word game is your game pack number. And we'll get to that when I get to the control panel and how to enter that. So, and then all the naming conventions have to be the same, all one word, no spaces between the word game and then whatever you want your game pack to be. So that's what comes in, that's the contents of the game. Let's start first with how to build one. So we'll go into the builder utility. Now I will admit this does look a little complicated, mainly because catchphrase is a bit of a bear. So what this is looking for is for you to input the text of whatever the solution to the puzzles are. So the first thing it's going to look for is your game stack. So for my example, it is game 0. So we'll just put in a 0. The program already knows that it's going to pull from that folder. So these here are going to control the puzzles that you're looking at. So the super catchphrases start at 0. because there is no puzzle 0 for the supers. The catchphrases start at -1 because when you increment to 0, that shows you the example. And it's also seeing that there is no solution. If it comes up undefined, you haven't put in anything. So I'm going to put in the solution here. And the solution for this one is blackjack. Ideally should be in all caps. It doesn't have to be, but ideally it should be in all caps. And then we'll click the puzzle to save it and then go to the next one. So this one is somewhere over the rainbow. Now, as you can tell, the text squeezed to fit in the blank. When you're actually playing the game, the solution bar, it will still be one line, but the bar will expand or contract based on the size of the text. So we'll click the puzzle, we'll save that. Now, if you want to go back and check anything, you can. Just click the minus. It will see the puzzle. It will reveal or re-enter what you put in. The super catchphrases are going to be the same. We'll go to number 1. This one is apple pie. Click the puzzle to save it. We'll go to this one. For those of you 60s comedy fans out there, this is based on Laugh-In, so it's sock it to me. There's 2 me, so it is sock it to me. Click the puzzle, save it, and move on. So super, I only have 2 programmed in this stack. Once you have everything plugged in, you'll click compile code. This will generate all the solutions to all of the puzzles. As you see, the toss-ups start on the top line because this is puzzle 0. The super catchphrases start on the next line because it is puzzle number 1. You'll copy that, put it into a text file, which I will do that right now. I'll go back to folder view as soon as I get there. And in the game file, which these are already established, so you'd create a notepad file, or on Mac it's text edit. Let's go ahead and open the one I have. Now these are already established, as you can tell. But it would just be open a blank text file like this. You'd paste in what you copied in and then save it as stack.txt, and you'd put it in your specific game folder. And then you would do the same thing with your with the bonus board. Again, game stack is 0, and then you click the letters to reveal the puzzle. So these, again, is just a copy paste because this is an unplayable test file. Once you get it locked in and type in, apple pie, you click the puzzle, the letter goes green. That means that solution is locked in. You can always go back to it and check it. Just make sure you click the puzzle to relock it. And then the same thing for everything. You compile code, and there's everything. So that's how the builder works. And again, it's a bit complicated because you do have to create the puzzles first and then come into the builder so the builder sees them, and then you line up the solutions to those specific puzzles. So let's get into how to actually operate the game. So again, like everything else, it is a 2-screen experience. There is a control panel window and a game screen. The control panel is always in gray. The game screen is what your players and audience are going to see. So cursor should never be over there. It should always be in the green. First thing is you want to type in the names of your players. We'll go Art and Roy. And then your game pack number. So again, this is the same as the builder. It's whatever comes after the word game in your game stack folder name. So for the example, it is game 0. This has 2 currency options, 1 for dollar, or 3 currency, 1 for dollars, 1 for British pounds, and 1 for no currency symbol at all. So we're going to do this in British pounds. So you'll click that, and you see on the game screen, it came up with the 0. That tells me that the game screen and the control panel are talking, and we'll be able to put up all the information, or the control panel will be able to control the game screen as it should. So from here, we'll click gameplay, and this is what it's going to look like. So the first thing we want to do is put up the first puzzle in each category. So we'll put up the first catchphrase by clicking the plus. That brings up the example. And then the first super brings that in. So as you can see, the text of the answer comes in below the puzzle. So that way the operator can track what the active puzzle is and what the solution is. So to start the game, we'll click round 1. That will start the money chase with those values on the board, ranging between 100 and 200 pounds. The players will use their buzzers to buzz in and stop the board, and it doesn't matter who is in control. you would just it would be either be exclamation point for player 1, @ symbol for player 2 if you're using a keyboard. So on a US keyboard, it's shift 1 or 2. We'll have art stop the board, and that's top money. So that's going to set the value of the super catchphrase as well as the value of each individual toss-up puzzle for this round. So everything is going to be worth 200. The super catchphrase starts at 2,000. Click clear board, and that resets. So in order to show a catchphrase, you'll just click the puzzle itself, and the animation, there are, I think, 4 or 5 different animated reveals for the puzzle. The players should not buzz in until the puzzle is fully revealed. There's nothing stopping them to do it. It's just they should. If they want to buzz in early, they can. The animation will finish. It will not stop. And then rule them right, rule them wrong, whatever you want to do. So from here, players can buzz in. And as you can see, the podium for Roy has lit up. Everything went red because it's his podium. On the control panel, he's in green because he's the active player. If he managed to solve or guess it incorrect, you can just click the opponent's name, put them in control, and then they can solve it. If either player is right, you click solve, reveals the solution, and score, puts the money in their bank. So from here, you'll clear the board. And then to reveal the super catchphrase, you just click the puzzle, and that starts the randomizer. Now, Art won this one. He's still in control. He can buzz in to stop. Stops in square 8. So right here it says reveal square number 8. That is the active square that's going to be revealed as soon as I click this button. Plays the sound effect. He gets the time to do it. If he can't do it, we'll clear the board. We'll go to a new catchphrase and repeat as willing. So as you can tell in the game screen, the jackpot remains. So that's how much the super catchphrase is worth. So let's say Roy buzzes in, he gets this one, we'll solve it, we'll score it, and as you see, somewhere of the rainbow, much longer than apple pie, the answer bar did expand. So we'll clear the board, we'll go back to the super catchphrase, and every time you go back to this after the first, it will deduct the value, the value in the totalizator from the jackpot. So it is Roy in control, he will buzz in, he'll stop in on square 7, we'll reveal it, and this time he will get it, so we'll solve it. It opens it up. We'll score it. He's got 2,000. We'll clear. Repeat as necessary for all 4 rounds. So as you see, you can also clear the board. Goes back to logo. All 4 rounds, you see what the max value is. As soon as you click one of these buttons, it starts that specific money chase. So let's start round 2. Wait, that's not the round I wanted. We'll clear the board. The sound effect, unfortunately, will still go. Then you can click that. If you want to stop it, just have them stop it. That's fine. In case there is any kind of mishap or anything like that, clear the board, clear the jackpot, clear the totalizator, and then you can go right back. That was actually supposed to be a round 3. And then we'll stop it. So now it's 425, 4250. So that's how the front game works. It's very, very user-friendly. Now, granted, there's a lot to do. Once somebody wins, they'll go to the bonus round clearly. It is the same 5x5 grid as you recognize from the show, either the US or the UK version. It's all the same. First, you want to set the 60-second clock. That puts the time up. Then the time will start when they select their first, but it's not automatic. It is a 2-step process. So let's say they want to start with M. Let's start with A because I know what's programmed in. So we'll go with A and then immediately start the clock. If they get it right, hit correct, puts the 250 on the board. They'll call the next one. If they want to pass, just click pass and it reds it out, which means you cannot go back to this one. Well, actually you can. If you pass, they'll go back to it. If they solve it correct, they'll get correct. Now, let's say just for giggles, they do go all the way across the top. And then they do that. So I only have a few programmed in. That's why you keep seeing that come back in. But as soon as it detects a 5 in a row, clock will stop. Wind bells will trigger. The frame animation will go. They have won the game. And that's it. You go back to game info. That starts a new game, or puts you back to the game info screen so you can start a new game with new players. That's basically it. So I hope you guys found this informative. Please enjoy playing Catchphrase. This was a weird one for me to build, but I'm glad I put it out there, and it has been getting reasonably popular, especially with our UK friends. So hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying the shop, and we'll see you on the next tutorial.